This is Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Today's topic is patience. Normally in my videos, I'm generally walking around, but today I chose to sit underneath this beautiful tree in this beautiful environment, and take upon the grass, the greenery that's surrounding me. What a beautiful day. Thank you, Grand Creator. Thank you, Grand Architect. Thank you, Heavenly Father. So, patience, it has a lot of forms and a lot of ways and a lot of things that we could talk about and aspects and angles of patience. But we're going to reach on this aspect of patience as in just that. Having patience, taking your time. I think that in life sometimes when we are close to goals or we're starting to get to the points where we know like this is what we really want in life, this is where we want to really be, we jump the gun and we rush because we're either there or we're almost there, or thank you, beautiful birds, it's so beautiful today. Where we're in this stage of we've made it, we're at the cusp, and so we see the finish line before we finish the race. And by doing this can cause a lot of complications. I know for me in my life, there's a lot of times when I've had to repeat the same things over and over again because I didn't put in the full effort towards having the patience of what it would take to let everything come into total fruition and then a total happening. Seeing the finish line before I was done with the race, rushing, and the only thing that you're going to get by rushing through anything is just rush through. In life, like if we want to have a great spiritual change within ourselves, this fantastic, this beautiful awakening, it takes patience, it takes time. Opening your heart and your spirit, it takes patience and it takes time. Clearing out blockages in your life, the things that have maybe been causing you trauma. There's no miracle cure, there's no miracle drug, and it can't be done in one night, it can't be done in one session. These things take time. I know for 10 years or so, maybe actually it's been more, it's been like 15 years, I had started on a journey to clear out the blockages that were contained in my life. These are the things that were definitely on a subconscious level clogging my consciousness, and they weren't allowing me to break free and truly get to where I needed to get to on a spiritual level. And when I'm saying by a spiritual level, I don't mean that whole saying, well, I'm spiritual, so I do this, I read this, I do this yoga, I believe in this system. No, I mean taking yourself to a truly higher spiritual level where you're shining your spirit from within, and when you walk into a room, people know, you don't even have to tell anybody anything. It's your glow. They see it coming from you. Your chakras are emanating this energy that is just heavenly, because that's coming through the Heavenly Father. Because you are now, you begin to take yourself where you can walk in the truth and you can be a part of the truth. And you living the truth. And that truth, whatever your truth may be, it can only be reached, and you can only get to this higher spiritual self, this higher light body, by breaking free of the old you, the you that truly wasn't you, the you that was the you that you were being when you were lied to when you came into this place. The things that you were told you're supposed to do, how you're supposed to look, how you're supposed to talk, how you're supposed to walk, what type of job you're supposed to have, the ways that you're supposed to conduct yourself, what people are supposed to think of you. These things are totally incorrect. This moral ground, this thought pattern, what you're feeding your mind and your body. Maybe you got caught up in materialism. Maybe you got caught up in that whole thing. By this age, you're supposed to have this. By this age, or we only do this and we don't do that, or we don't accept those people. This is the only people. Well, none of these things are true. Letting go. But to let go, to clear the blockages, to truly be free and free yourself, takes time, takes patience, takes understanding. And along that way, on that path to understanding and patience, hopefully you've gathered knowledge and wisdom so you can put all those things together and use them as one. Having patience, it allows you perseverance. It allows you to overcome the obstacles in life. Because everything, as I've said before, doesn't happen on the first time, the second time, or the third time. Do not, and I repeat, do not allow your life to be microwave. You want your life to be slow cooked and simmered so that you can encompass and intake and taste each beautiful part and each beautiful bit. Patience. They say patience is a virtue. It's a great virtue. You can find a lot of inner strength and outer strength through patience. Clearing the trauma that has been dwelled upon you in life requires a great amount of patience, because each thing has to be faced head on, and this could take many years. This could take an entire lifetime. But if you go into it with the understanding that you really and truly want to be free, you'll take that time and allow the patience to come. Even our Heavenly Creator doesn't do things all at one moment. He may give you a life-changing experience. The Creator may show you a path that you've asked to be shown. But trust me, it's not all going to be instantaneous. Because still along that path, there's going to be tests and trials. To become a better person, to become the best version of you, you're going to have to go through these tests, these trials, and they're not going to all be easy. At first, yes, it's going to be great. Things are just going to come left and right. You're going to be shown a lot of things. But then the test is going to come. Is this truly what you want? Is this truly the path that you want? Because I can give it to you, but are you truly ready to begin facing everything that's out there? The real reality in this world, in this universe, and in yourself. That's going to take patience, because it requires that the first obstacles that we come across once we're riding that beautiful wave to enlightenment, to a higher light body, to a better self, we can't give up and turn back to the old ways. We can't give up and then say, well, I tried and that's that. I think if you look back to any of the greatest sages in our time and in our world, they had one thing that was definitely in common: patience. Buddha spent a lot of time in the wilderness alone, fasting, searching for enlightenment, alone by himself, to where he nearly almost died. And then still he hadn't found enlightenment. And it wasn't until much, much way after, when he was just on the cusp of giving up, but he tried a little bit harder. And with that patience and perseverance, and he looked up and he saw the North Star, he had gained that enlightenment. But it took many years with all the training and the teachings. The same with Jesus. He tried and tried, and he spoke to the people, and his connection with the Father was great. And even when he was on the cross, he still had patience, and he still had time for the grand creator, the architect, the heavenly Father. We could go down the list from any of our great leaders to other spiritual leaders. It all requires patience. And the list is great and many. So for whatever you believe, there are tons of more great spiritual sages. I only brought those two up because they're very well known and the stories are very well known. And there are many others. So this is no disrespect because I do know of others, but I only have so much time for this video. But even in that, let me take some patience and time. Love requires patience. Harmony requires patience. Joy requires patience. Winning requires patience. Losing requires patience. Overcoming requires patience. Family requires patience. Relationships requires patience. Getting to a better spiritual self and a better you definitely requires patience. I think sometimes we don't want to have patience and we are quick to rush to these assumptions because a lot of times we know. And no one else can tell us what we know because we know deep inside what we know. But do you know, or is this just an assumption? We rush to these conclusions in life, but again, rushing equals out to not having any patience whatsoever or understanding. Working with each other towards a better world, towards a better life state, better life condition, better mind state, better spirit. It definitely requires a lot of patience. There's so many trials and tribulations in this world that we are going to face in our time and throughout eternity after we're out of this physical body. Can you imagine out of the physical body where time doesn't exist and you're in spirit form, true spirit form? So now it's eternal. You're going to require and have to know and understand and learn patience because you won't be on a time frame. You will just be. Be still and just be. That whole be still, my child. It's about patience. Let's all take some time today. Go sit in the grass. It's beautiful, right? Be under a tree. Listen to the birds. Feel the beautiful sun. Let it glisten upon your body. Enter in your crown chakra in your third eye and activate the light body. And sit there and be one with the universe and be in harmony. And just have a great amount of patience. We can start this by having the time and taking time and being patient to thank our entire existence, our entire being, our entire body, the bones, the blood, each organ. Take some time and to have some patience. Don't rush through the morning. Get up a little bit earlier before the sun rises, between 4 and 6. Let the just even if you don't walk, go outside and let the cosmic dust rain down upon you. And do it in joy. Being in joy requires patience. Just right now, I'm in so much joy. I'm in so much happiness. Look at the beautiful bird. Do you think that bird's day requires patience? He's eating every day. He doesn't have ready-made. He doesn't have a refrigerator. It doesn't. And it has babies to feed, so it has to have the patience to go out and take time to get the tiny insects so it can go back and feed. And maybe it gets lucky and finds some morsels of bread or something even better, a French fry, maybe, I don't know. But it may take that bird all day to find that. And it's got to fly around everywhere and go tree to tree and chase other insects down to continue the cycle of life. And he doesn't always catch them all. He's not always there in time, and sometimes it storms and rains and it's too much for them to fly and they have to wait out the storm. Well, when you're facing storms in your life, sometimes you just need to sit down under a tree, pray, and have patience. And be in deep gratitude and appreciation for that moment. I'd like to tell you, all of you, thank you for watching. And if you've been continuously tuning in, thank you for watching. And if you're new to tuning in to my channel, thank you for watching. And I hope that you do continue to tune in. This life is a beautiful life. Enjoy this one that you have. Because even if you're reincarnated and you come back, it's not going to be the same as this one. So don't rush through it. Don't rush yourself along. Take your time on your decisions. Take your time with friends, family. Take your time to love. Take your time to love yourself. Take your time with the Grand Creator and the Holy Father. Make time. And just have patience and be in abundance. Because when you're having patience, you won't miss one thing. And you'll be able to savor it all. Have patience, my people. I think, and this is going to be the last thing I'm going to touch on. I see so many of our young people today, they're in so much of a rush. And even in my time, they used to say that, but I don't think it's much as nearly as today because of technology and everything being instantaneous. If there's anything that you want in life, you have to have patience for it. And if you have patience and you have a belief on, you'll get it. If that's what the universe has desired for you and that's what the Creator is bringing to you. But have patience. Again, I watched our children in this world today, and with everything being so instantaneous, they don't have much patience. You know, it's kind of sad. I think back in the olden times, right, before there was the television, the telephone, and you had to write a letter and it would take like months because there was horses and carriages to get it to you, or maybe a year, or they did the telegraph and that would take like months to get the message to the person. But when they got it, they were just like, oh wow, they were expounded. And probably by the time they got it, that situation they're hearing about is way long gone and people are onto something new. But the excitement and the joy at the end of having patience when you get there and you accomplish it and you get it. Never give up. There's always a chance. There's always hope. What are you believing on? And have patience. All your dreams and everything that you want to happen will happen. But you have to have the patience and the perseverance. Thank you for listening today. The energy's high. And the energy is beautiful. Absorb it all. Take some time. Sit under a tree. Be in the grass. Feel the love. Be in joy. Most of all, have patience so you can gain better understanding of what this existence is. And as I always say, give it up to the Grand Creator, the Holy Father, the Grand Architect, the Divine One. And love yourselves. And smile. It's a beautiful day. Listen, thank you all for listening. If you've liked this subject matter that I've reached upon today, leave a comment. I'm always down for correspondence. And if anyone would like me to do a part 2 on patience, because there is a lot of avenues, but I was just reaching on an overall general point to having patience. And that's one thing that I've had to learn a lot in my life, is just quit rushing and have patience. And you'll see the beauty unfold like a beautiful lotus flower. Have patience, people. And remember, the children are the future and we are the past. But by working together, we can all be the future. This has been Spiritual Lifting with V. Let me get your soul swole. Peace.